Hey everybody, it's Sarah Pai Kai and Jennifer Kim here. We are talking about the unicorn team and answering all of your most pressing questions. Thank you again to everyone who submitted. We love them and we're super excited to have this discussion about why you need a unicorn team, what they are, and how to get started with all of it, because team is a whole thing. Check out the full playlist to see all the videos. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and share. Let's dive in.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. So this video is about the overarching concept of the unicorn team and diving a little bit more into that framework and all that it entails. So the first question is, Jen Kim, what made you begin to realize that this framework of the unicorn team might be important or helpful for business owners?
Okay, I'm giggling because our company's called Master Brand Institute, and people, especially in the early days, were like, "Oh, great, you're going to build our brand." And to a lot of people, that means aesthetics, logo, websites, perhaps a sales page, maybe a funnel if they knew that language. And I always actually was fascinated with the online space, the expert space. Basically, experts are specialists, consultants, coaches, authors, speakers, or you own a brick and mortar potentially that provides services. You can be an accountant, lawyer, doctor, anyway. And I was like, oh, that's what you think a brand is. So first, I needed to identify that there's actually two parts of the brand. There's the front end of the brand, and there's the back end of the brand.
Okay.
And the back end of the brand is run by the unicorn team. And what was happening is they would hire us for these engagements, these big consulting engagements with a lot of high profile people. And the biggest problem was the team. And when I say the team, including the leader is not separate from the team, okay?
Say that part again.
Right.
The leader is not separate.
The leader is not separate from the team. And I was like, all of your things you want to do to build your brand, visibility and profitability wise, you're going to get there because you're scrappy, but you're going to burn out and everybody's going to hate you on your team and they're going to leave. And that's why you're experiencing turnover or like you noticing that when things don't go well, like let's say in a launch or, with customers, no one's telling you why that's happening. And it's because no one feels on the team that either it's their job or they don't understand it's their job, or frankly, they don't feel safe to do so. And I started to notice that the bigger problem wasn't the front end of the business.
So the marketing,
the sales, the funnels, the social media.
Right, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, those are necessary, obviously, to build the brand. But it was like getting the leader to understand that if you really want to scale this thing, because scale is a sexy word too. I was like, if you really want to scale something, you got to become the leader that your team needs to then continue to push forward those amazing, great ideas that you worked so hard to earn or you're working so hard to earn. So for me, I realized, the market will tell you what they need. And I think the market didn't understand that they needed this so bad until every single company we've worked with, the first question we ask now is, tell me about your team. Even if your team is a part-time virtual assistant who helps you with your calendar, we want to know who is supporting you, because all of your dreams that you have to expand your brand require someone more than you and qualified, committed people.
Oh, that part.
So anyway, that's what happened. And we decided we really could, that was a differentiator for us as a company, that we were looking at the whole brand, not just the front end of the brand. Because the thing is, anything can happen, right? New tool, new technology, and it can break the front end. The algorithm. It can break the front end of the brand.
Correct.
And it causes a lot of chaos. So, but if you have a unicorn team, you actually pivot more smoothly. And so that's why we decided it was so important to bring this concept in a framed way to our clients first, and then now to more people.
I really like that, because I think on the internet, you see one of two things being marketed as like the cure for scalable brands or businesses, right? It's either some kind of funnel marketing algorithm, paid ads traffic, this amazing sales call hack that I did that it don't triple my profits and things like that. Or there's this idea of like, oh, it's all back-end systems. You need operations and a CRM system and this tech stack that costs thousands and thousands of dollars and all these complicated SOPs. And I really feel like the unicorn team addresses all of those things, but by saying it's not about either or, the back end tech or the front end tech. It's about the humans who are really invested into the vision, that are powering this, that are doing all the things, and how do you help give them the best chance at success for the company?
And I think a hidden question you might be asking, I don't know, I'm just guessing, is like, how does AI and technology feed into this? You know, do you really need to develop people because we're hard? Let me just get AI somehow to fix that. AI is a supporting character in your business. We will always need other humans to help us run things. And actually, I think it's a great opportunity for small business and entrepreneurs because we get to lean out by using these tools, but having smart people in your team who actually can execute strategy.
Yes.
And like, it's a game changer. So even when at the time of this recording, you know, AI is a big deal, and it's going to obviously continue to be a big deal. It's going to become a part of our, it's part of our life. But it's sexy right now.
It's sexy right now because
of marketing. And I think that, you know, it's not an or, even like AI or humans. It's like, that's not the conversation. That's not what smart leaders think about. They think about what tools will support the smart humans that I'm trying to attract on my team. So
love it.
I just wanted to name that.
Okay, so speaking of these smart humans, the unicorn team model is VSM.
Yeah.
So what does the V, the S, and the M stand for? And tell us just a tiny bit about them. I know if you listen to my suggestion earlier and you check out the full playlist, we have videos that are going to go into what each of them are in depth, but kind of give us like a high-level overview of VSM. What does it mean? Tell me, Jen Kim.
Okay, cool. So actually, the unicorn team model was first called just the VSM model, right? We put a little magic on it because it's fun for us to talk about what we do, because team can be hard.
Yes.
People can be hard. So sometimes you do have to bring some levity into the conversation because this stuff is very confronting. So, but the V stands for the Visionizer. And typically you're probably listening as a Visionizer. And that is the founder, the CEO, the startup person that started this whole thing. Okay. And I'll get more into that when we see the next video. The S is the Strategizer. And the Strategizer is actually, as I've observed, the hardest role to recruit on these internet streets.
I agree with that.
And they find that basically this is your sales and marketing strategist. They kind of take care of the front end of the business, as I was mentioning earlier. And then there's the Mobilizer, which is, they're the doers. That's Sarah. They are the execution pros on the team. They are the ones that make the vision and strategy real by executing it.
Awesome. Okay, great. So let's go the opposite side. What happens to a business's growth if they don't figure out that unicorn team model, the VSM model for themselves in their business?
Well, a few things. Number one, you get stuck at a stopping point. You can't figure out why you're not either making more or enjoying the spoils of a well-run business.
Interesting.
Right? So either you get stuck profit-wise or you find yourself burnt out, exhausted, and mad all the time. You have fantasies of shutting down your business every day. If any of those feelings are coming up, and you're afraid even you feel like you have nobody to talk about it with, because you can't really talk with your team about it as a Visionizer, because you need to process it yourself so that you don't vomit on them and concern them. But that you know, if you're like that, Unicorn Team is a great model to follow and become part of that community, our community, in that way, because we're not afraid to talk about the hard things that will move the needle and actually bring a lot of joy, flow, peace, and money into your life.
I think that's so important, because I think there's a lot of stuff that's out there that says if you have any of those things, you feel burnt out or you're stuck or you feel you've hit a cap. There's this like vilifying of the Visionizer, aka the CEO, of like, you must be doing something wrong.
Not only you're doing something wrong, your mindset's not right.
Right.
Oh my God.
You have to just increase your capacity.
Yeah, it's like, okay, actually, why don't we work on your leadership and your strategy and make your Mobilizer super exciting? Because Mobilizers, and we're going to get into the Mobilizers in a moment, but I will say, if you have a Mobilizer that loves to solve problems, it's magic, but you're just not having the right conversation.
You're not getting the right supports for you
Yeah.
that include people. I mean, I'm here for mindset and capacity and all that.
Oh yeah,
but,
we believe in that stuff.
That's so much pressure on the Visionizer. Like, you're magically going to cure yourself and elevate to this next level, and all of a sudden you'll be able to do all these things solo, and that's just not true. You need to get the right humans around you to support your brilliance and your vision and perpetuating that forward.
Self-made is a lie. That's the bottom line.
Amen. Okay. Rapid fire.
Okay, let's go.
Rapid fire. So if you've never watched one of these before, rapid fire is we ask the same questions, but there's only one line. You may or may not, this may or may not be edited out. So if you're watching this, it's a gem. All right, ready? Okay. One sentence reply. What made you begin to realize that this framework might be important or helpful for business owners?
The fuckery and fakery on these online streets.
Amazing. Number 2, what does VSM stand for?
It still stands for Visionizer, Strategizer, and Mobilizer. Remember it. Remember it.
I love it. Number 3, what happens to businesses' growth if they don't figure out the VSM model for themselves?
It's going to die on the vine. That's it.
Too long, don't read. We got you covered. Thanks for joining us today. Again, be sure to check out the full playlist because I'm pretty sure we answer every question that you all have there. And if you have new questions after watching us, which I hope you do, comment below, share this, like, subscribe. We'll see you very soon.